Hello everyone! I've arrived at a fishing village in the Faroe Islands, a place known for its traditional whale hunting practices. We were uncertain about how the locals would respond to our visit. Please be advised that some visuals in this report may be upsetting to some viewers. From what I know, the Faroe Islands are situated in the North Atlantic, nestled between Scotland, Norway, and Iceland, with a population of just over 50,000. I arrived in the capital city, Tórshavn, where I had the chance to meet locals, learn about their traditional whale hunting practices, and see how things are done here. Exactly. Before everything began, there was an eerie calm, but you could feel the anticipation in the air as everyone prepared and participants planned their next moves. During this time, I had the opportunity to meet Jens Mortensen, a local fisherman. Jens believes that whale hunting is deeply rooted in the local livelihood and culture. He compares it to the processing of pigs or cattle, which are common practices in other regions but face less criticism. He highlights that whale meat is a vital food source for the community and explains that this tradition has endured for centuries, once regarded as a divine blessing during times of hardship. For generations, when the sea was their primary source of survival, the islanders learned to rely on what nature offered, including the pods of whales that migrate through these waters every summer. In times of scarcity, whales provided essential meat and fat, enough to sustain entire villages through the harsh winters. This practice is more than just a hunting tradition. It's a symbol of resilience and a way to strengthen community bonds. Despite its deep cultural significance, this practice has drawn harsh criticism from international organizations like Sea Shepherd, which view it as brutal and a threat to whale conservation. For the Faroese people, however, whale hunting is far more than a tradition. It is a vital aspect of their cultural identity, valued and preserved across generations. The strong bond with tradition motivates the local community to persist with whale hunting despite external criticism. This tool here is a traditional whale hunting knife, if it can still be called that. By next year, such knives may no longer be in use. I often visit this area with large tourist groups and am familiar with the tools used for whale hunting. The hunters typically use knives and harpoons, along with a hook to access the whale's cavity and a rope to pull it ashore. These tools allow the locals to bring down whales more quickly and humanely than relying on knives alone. In the Faroe Islands, skilled fishermen can bring down a whale in as little as 2 seconds. Processing whale meat is a daily routine and a source of pride for the community. Each day, hundreds of pounds of whale meat are prepared, playing a vital role in the island's rich culinary traditions. Workers in the Faroe Islands typically earn between $20 and $30 per hour for processing whale meat, a task that demands skill and attention to detail. The process includes cutting, cleaning, and salting the meat for preservation, all of which contribute to the creation of traditional dishes that are deeply rooted in the local culture. I'll now return to the topic of mercury in whale meat. The negative effects are well known, and a 2014 study revealed that while 99% of people are aware of the recommendations to limit whale meat consumption, many still ignore them. Not everyone, of course, but young women, in particular, need to heed these guidelines, as mercury exposure can impact their reproductive health. In Iowa, home to large alligator farms that supply skins and meat to the market, a historic flood struck in May 2023. The flood caused significant damage to the farm infrastructure, resulting in hundreds of alligators being swept into nearby rivers and lakes. The situation worsened in early June when a group of locals, on a boat trip on Lake Spill, were unexpectedly attacked by an alligator. Fortunately, they were able to defend themselves with paddles and other objects, managing to safely make their way back to shore. Following the initial attack, authorities reported several more alligator incidents, with total damages reaching $20,000. This series of events highlighted the growing dangers posed by alligators, sparking concern among the community and leading to urgent discussions on safety measures and wildlife prevention strategies. To tackle this problem, the state government of Iowa, in partnership with the Iowa Wildlife Conservation Fund, has introduced regulations to better manage the alligator population. These measures include monitoring alligator activity, designating controlled hunting zones in certain areas, and providing financial incentives to farmers who take part in the management efforts. Hunters are required to meet certain criteria. They must possess a valid hunting license, which involves passing both a written exam and a practical skills test. Additionally, hunters must have a permit for designated hunting areas, provide proof of insurance, and undergo a background check to ensure they have no prior violations related to wildlife. Failing to comply with these requirements can lead to severe penalties, including fines of up to $5,000 and potential revocation of hunting privileges. From 2020 to 2022, the alligator population dropped from 4,000 to 2,000. Successful alligator hunting requires specialized skills, as they are dangerous predators. Hunters must be skilled in tracking and recognizing their signs, and possess a thorough understanding of their behavior and habitat to approach them swiftly and efficiently. Each alligator hunt can last between 8 to 12 hours, often under challenging environmental conditions. Hunters must have both physical strength and stamina. The use of firearms in alligator hunting in Iowa is tightly regulated to ensure both safety and humane practices. Typically, hunters rely on Winchester .308 rifles or 12-gauge shotguns, as these firearms provide long-range shooting and high accuracy, enabling hunters to engage the alligators from a safe distance. Hunters are issued firearms for the duration of the hunting season, which must be returned to the authorities once the season concludes. Night hunting for alligators is strictly prohibited due to the challenges posed by limited visibility, which makes control difficult and increases the risk of accidents for the hunters. To ensure both safety and effectiveness, hunting licenses allow alligator hunting only during daylight hours. In addition to hunting, hunters also trap alligators as part of efforts to reduce their numbers. This method plays a crucial role in invasive population management and supports the broader hunting strategies implemented by authorities. This activity has sparked significant controversy among animal rights groups, who oppose these methods and argue that they harm the natural ecosystem. These groups contend that hunting and trapping alligators are inhumane practices and advocate for more compassionate approaches to managing the alligator population. They are also worried that alligator hunting could contribute to illegal trafficking of alligator skins. After watching the video, do you support this hunting practice? Leave a comment below. Comment 1 if you support hunting with firearms, and 2 if you support using traps. Stay tuned for more videos about invasive species on our channel. If you have better solutions in mind, feel free to share your thoughts in comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on future videos. Lastly, share this video with your friends so they can enjoy it too.
And I did.
Hello everyone! If you're in Spain, you might not be surprised when it comes to invasive wild boars, but dealing with them can still be quite a hassle. To protect your fields, wild boars cause significant damage to agricultural land in Spain, particularly pastures. Their long snouts and strong teeth help them dig and search for food, which damages the soil by uprooting grass and gnawing on plants. The invasion of wild boars is causing significant damage in Spain, particularly in Barcelona, which has a population of over 2 million people. This number has doubled over the past 2 decades. Wild boars have disrupted the daily lives of residents in Barcelona. In 2021 alone, there were approximately 12,200 traffic accidents involving wild boars. This not only jeopardizes road safety, but also causes property damage and impacts human health. Wild boars not only damage streets and parks, but also affect gardens and farms surrounding the city. The expansion of wild boars from natural environments and farms into urban areas is often explained by the degradation of natural habitats and the scarcity of food sources. Their adaptability to urban environments and the availability of food from waste have led them to find their way into the city, causing numerous problems for residents. The estimated economic damage caused by wild boars in Barcelona reaches up to 12 million euros, a concerning figure that needs to be addressed immediately. Do you want to know how to deal with wild boars? Stay tuned to find out how to tackle the issue right away. According to my research, Russians often handle wild boars using hunting dogs, loyal companions that are employed to track and drive away invasive wild boars. Meanwhile, Spaniards typically use traps to capture wild boars, aiming to restrict their movement and control the population of invasive species in the area. Before implementing this method, you need to understand how to install and operate this type of trap. This is a traditional trap consisting of a steel cable approximately 1 meter long, tightly secured to a large tree in the forest where wild boars are known to hide. Each end of the cable has a trapping surface designed so that when a wild boar steps on it, the trap mechanism will catch its leg, preventing it from escaping. This type of trap differs from food-based traps in that it does not require bait. You should note that this trap needs to be placed on a flat surface. Once the trap's mechanism is fully set up, hunters will cover it with a layer of leaves or dirt to avoid detection by the wild boars. Hunters need to check the trap regularly. This trap has a unique characteristic. The more wild boars struggle, the tighter the trap will grip their legs. If they attempt to escape for an extended period, they will lose strength.
When the wild boars are trapped, hunters will use specialized tape to bind the boar's snout and secure its front legs together to ensure safety during transportation to the processing area. This not only helps the hunters to control the boar more easily, but also ensures that the boar does not pose a threat to the hunters. However, if hunters are not careful, there is a risk of being attacked by the wild boars during the handling process. Wild boars can become very dangerous when threatened or injured, potentially causing serious harm to hunters if they do not follow safety measures while setting traps. Therefore, using traps requires authorization from local authorities. Hunters need to participate in training courses on how to set traps and learn how to handle situations when confronted by aggressive wild boars. Do you know why the Spanish can quickly locate wild boars without direct searching? They have invested in more equipment to handle wild boars. They use drones equipped with infrared and thermal sensors to search for wild boars hiding in cornfields from an altitude of about 150 meters. The drone's camera allows hunters to observe the movement of wild boars from above. If you were at home and could observe what wild boars are doing, would you believe it? The use of drones supports helicopter hunting. According to a 2018 report from the Royal Spanish Hunting Association, RFC, approximately 10,000 wild boars were eradicated through helicopter hunting. The use of helicopters for hunting wild boars in Spain has been highly effective in controlling and reducing the population of invasive wild boars. Aircraft provide flexible and swift transportation, allowing hunting teams to operate more efficiently. They also facilitate rapid movement between different hunting areas, optimizing both time and energy for hunters. Since then, aircraft have become a crucial tool in efforts to protect and manage wildlife in Spain.
Okay. Now y'all let 'em have it. Y'all get the shot, it's all yours.
However, Spaniards oppose the use of aircraft for hunting for several reasons. Firstly, they are concerned about safety issues, including the risk of aircraft accidents, noise pollution causing distress, and environmental pollution.
Got it figured out.
Secondly, they believe this method negatively impacts the environment, ecosystems, and wildlife. Thirdly, many people object on ethical grounds, arguing that using aircraft for hunting is unfair, lacks sporting value, is cruel, and disrupts ecological balance. Finally, the high costs involved could impact ecological tourism and traditional safaris.
Good job.
Very nice, very nice.
All right, haul last right here on your left side.
Thank you so much for watching the entire video. Please leave a comment with the number 1 if you agree with the helicopter hunting method to deal with wild boars, and comment with the number 0 if you think the Spanish trapping method is unique. Hit the like button now and subscribe to the channel to see the latest videos on how to handle wild boars.
That second one?
Yeah. Drilled, yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's 2 right there.
Not only wild boars, but also feral cats are causing significant damage in Australia. Approximately 3 million feral cats were first introduced to the world in the 1850s. Today, the estimated number of feral cats in Australia ranges from 1.4 to 6.3 million. Feral cats have become a major threat to Australians. They were introduced to Australia to control the rodent population, but once they became feral, they became uncontrollable and began preying on native wildlife, disrupting the ecological balance. So what are the reasons behind the rise in feral cat numbers? Leave a comment with the number 1 to continue watching the video. The number of feral cats can be sustained and successfully reproduced due to the abundant food supply, with females typically giving birth twice a year, once in the spring and again in late summer or early autumn. Under favorable conditions, kittens stay with their mother until about 7 months old before they separate and live independently. These individuals then go on to produce multiple litters, leading to widespread proliferation across Australia. When the number of feral cats spikes, leading to a shortage of food due to their living in unmanaged environments, they become highly aggressive and cause significant damage. It is estimated that the annual predation impact of feral cats on native wildlife in Australia results in the deaths of 272 million birds, causing severe harm to the ecosystem. The second reason is that Australians have a strong affection for cats, which contributes to the growing feral cat population in urban areas. Feral cats receiving food from people create a favorable environment for reproduction and population increase. This rapid growth makes controlling the feral cat population more challenging. Additionally, when feral cats are hungry and search for food in the city, it also leads to environmental pollution. To tackle the invasive feral cat problem, Australians have implemented various measures. Are you surprised to learn that feral cats are being controlled using traps? In the process of hunting feral cats, Australians use cage traps. Which are considered a safe method that does not harm the cats. However, using cage traps requires careful handling and a good understanding of the behavior of these animals. First, you need to choose an appropriate location for setting up the traps, typically near areas where feral cats are commonly seen or around signs of their presence, such as tracks or droppings. Then, the traps should be placed in a well-ventilated and safe spot, away from potential hazards to humans or other animals. Next, you need to choose the right type of cage trap and prepare an attractive bait, such as cat food or a scent that they like. After selecting the bait, place it carefully inside the cage to avoid reducing its appeal. Once the bait is prepared, it's crucial to set up the trap's trigger mechanism so that when a feral cat enters the trap, it will automatically close quickly and safely. Adjusting the trigger mechanism requires careful attention and precision to ensure the trap functions correctly. Cage traps are typically placed in areas where feral cats are known to frequent, such as urban locations, where cats often come in search of food. These traps are often equipped with sensors or infrared lights that activate when a feral cat enters the trap's area. Using cage traps is an effective method to minimize the increase in feral cat populations. Some people feel uncomfortable with the idea of killing feral cats, viewing it as inhumane and disagreeing with this solution. Others are concerned about the potential negative impacts of removing feral cats on other animals and the natural environment. They worry that eliminating feral cats could lead to unintended consequences, such as an increase in rodent populations or the proliferation of other invasive species. Throughout this video, what do you think about the measures to deal with feral cats? Please comment 1 if you have a pet cat. If these solutions have already had an impact in preventing the increase of invasive species, do you believe there are better solutions? If so, don't forget to share your opinions and views in the comments below. Additionally, make sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel to support us with upcoming videos. Lastly, share this video with all your friends so they can watch and enjoy too.